We live in a world overflowing with noise, distractions, and endless demands on our attention. Every day, our minds are pulled in 1,000 directions, notifications buzzing, conversations competing for space, and an overwhelming flood of information. It's no wonder so many people feel mentally drained, anxious, and unable to focus. But what if the key to regaining control, clarity, and success isn't about doing more, but about doing less? The ancient Stoics, including Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus, understood a simple but profound truth. True strength lies not in reacting to everything, but in choosing where to direct your energy. By thinking less about unnecessary worries, speaking less but with greater purpose, and focusing more on what truly matters, we create a life that is more intentional, peaceful, and powerful. This approach is not about passivity, it's about control. It's about filtering out the mental clutter, refining our speech to be more meaningful, and sharpening our focus so that our efforts produce real results. When we learn to remove distractions and engage only in what adds value, we gain clarity, confidence, and a sense of calm that no outside chaos can shake. In this journey, we'll uncover the practical benefits of simplifying your thoughts, refining your words, and channeling your focus effectively. If you've ever felt overwhelmed by constant mental noise or struggled to concentrate on what truly matters, this is your chance to change that. Stay with me until the end, and if you find these insights valuable, subscribe to the Stoic Code channel to continue learning how timeless wisdom can help you navigate modern life with clarity and strength. Now, let's begin. Benefit 1. Reduce stress and anxiety. Free your mind from unnecessary worries. Have you ever felt like your mind is a web of endless worries and what-ifs? One thought leads to another, creating a cycle of stress that feels impossible to escape. The truth is, much of our anxiety doesn't come from actual problems, but from how we think about them. Our minds, when left unchecked, have a tendency to overanalyze, magnify fears, and focus on things beyond our control. This is where the wisdom of thinking less becomes a game changer. The ancient Stoics understood that peace of mind comes not from controlling everything, but from controlling how we react. Epictetus famously said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you respond to it that matters." This means that when we allow our minds to be overwhelmed by every little issue, we give away our inner peace. But when we learn to think less about what we cannot change and focus only on what is within our control, stress naturally fades. Imagine your mind as a computer with too many open tabs. Each worry, fear, or overanalyzed situation is like a tab running in the background, slowing down your system. What happens when you start closing these tabs? Your mind becomes lighter, faster, and more efficient. The power of thinking less isn't about ignoring important issues. It's about filtering out unnecessary thoughts that serve no purpose but to create stress. One way to practice this is through mental decluttering. Throughout your day, pause and ask yourself, is this thought helpful, or is it just noise? Can I control this situation, or am I stressing over something I cannot change? What is the simplest, most effective action I can take right now? This simple process helps you shift from overthinking to clear, purposeful thinking. When you stop reacting to every passing thought and start focusing only on what truly matters, your mind stops feeling like an endless battlefield. Additionally, reducing unnecessary speech also plays a role in reducing anxiety. Have you ever noticed how venting about problems sometimes makes them feel even bigger? Instead of feeding anxiety through excessive talk, practice the Stoic principle of measured speech. Speak when necessary, and let silence be a source of strength. By thinking less about unimportant worries and speaking less about problems that don't need constant discussion, you create a sense of calm within yourself. This shift not only reduces stress, but also gives you the mental clarity to handle life's real challenges with confidence. The more you simplify your mind, the lighter and more peaceful your life becomes. Benefit 2. Increase calmness and serenity. The power of inner stillness. Think about the last time you truly felt at peace. Was it during a quiet morning, a walk in nature, or a moment of solitude where nothing demanded your attention? In today's world, those moments feel rare. The constant noise, distractions, and urgency of daily life keep most people in a state of tension. But what if you could cultivate that sense of calm anytime, anywhere? The key lies in thinking less, speaking less, and focusing more. The Stoics believed that true serenity is an internal state, not something dictated by the chaos of the external world. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." This means that no matter how hectic life gets, you can choose to remain calm by mastering your focus and emotions. One of the biggest obstacles to inner peace is overthinking. The mind races from one thought to the next, dwelling on problems, regrets, and fears about the future. This endless mental chatter keeps us on edge, making it impossible to fully relax. The solution? Practice mental stillness. Instead of reacting to every thought, learn to observe them without attachment. Ask yourself, is this thought necessary? Does this thought help me solve a real problem, or is it just noise? What would happen if I simply let this thought go? By consciously thinking less, you reduce the unnecessary tension created by a restless mind. Speaking less also plays a crucial role in cultivating calm. Many people feel the urge to fill silence with words, whether to avoid awkwardness or to feel important. But silence is powerful. The more you embrace it, the more you realize that not everything needs to be said. Speaking less helps you listen more, both to others and to yourself. When you talk less, you become more present, more observant, and more in control of your emotions. Another practice that enhances serenity is focusing on what truly matters. Instead of spreading your attention across countless distractions, choose one thing at a time. Whether it's a task, a conversation, or simply your breath, giving it your full attention creates a deep sense of calm. Distractions and multitasking pull your mind in different directions, while focused attention anchors you in the present. Calmness is not just about reducing stress, it is a skill that allows you to handle challenges with a steady mind. Imagine dealing with a frustrating situation without feeling overwhelmed. Imagine staying composed while others lose their temper. This is the power of inner stillness. By thinking less, speaking less, and focusing more, you don't just experience moments of peace, you make calmness your default state. When you master inner calm, the outside world loses its power to disturb you. Benefit 3. Enhance focus and productivity, the art of doing more by doing less. In a world full of distractions, the ability to focus is becoming a rare and valuable skill. Every day, we are bombarded with notifications, endless to-do lists, and competing priorities. As a result, many people feel overwhelmed, constantly busy but never truly productive. The irony: the more you try to do at once, the less you actually accomplish. The secret to real productivity isn't about doing more, it's about doing less, but with full focus. The Stoics understood that attention is power. They believed that spreading your energy too thin weakens your effectiveness, while concentrated effort leads to mastery. Marcus Aurelius advised, "Concentrate every minute on doing what's in front of you with precise and genuine seriousness." This means fully engaging with one task at a time, eliminating distractions, and working with intention. One of the biggest obstacles to focus is overthinking. When your mind is cluttered with unnecessary thoughts, doubts, or regrets, your ability to concentrate diminishes. Instead of jumping from one task to another, learn to think less and act more. Before starting any task, ask yourself, what is the single most important thing I should be working on right now? Is this thought helping me take action, or is it just mental noise? How can I simplify this task to give it my full attention? By reducing mental clutter, you create space for deeper concentration. Another major drain on productivity is unnecessary talking. Many people waste hours each day in meaningless conversations, excessive small talk, or venting about problems instead of solving them. Speaking less doesn't mean cutting yourself off from people. It means choosing your words wisely. Before engaging in any discussion, ask yourself, is this conversation necessary? Is it productive? Does it align with my goals? When you reduce unnecessary speech, you free up time and mental energy for things that truly matter. The final key to peak productivity is focusing more on the present moment. The habit of multitasking gives the illusion of efficiency, but in reality, it fragments your attention. Instead, practice single tasking, fully immersing yourself in one activity at a time. Whether you're working, reading, or having a conversation, give it your full focus. The more you train your brain to stay present, the more productive and effective you become. Imagine working on a project with deep focus, completing it faster and with better quality. Imagine going through your day with a sense of clarity, knowing exactly what to do next. This is what happens when you stop scattering your attention and start directing it with precision. By thinking less, speaking less, and focusing more, you unlock a level of productivity that most people never achieve. When you master your focus, you accomplish more in less time, leaving space for what truly matters. Benefit 4. Boost self-control, mastering your mind and actions. Self-control is one of the most powerful skills a person can develop. It's the ability to resist distractions, avoid impulsive reactions, and stay focused on what truly matters. But in today's fast-paced world, where instant gratification is just a click away, self-control is becoming harder to maintain. The good news? It's a skill that can be trained, and thinking less, speaking less, and focusing more are the keys to mastering it. The Stoics believed that true freedom comes from controlling yourself, not the external world. Epictetus said, "No person is free who is not master of themselves." This means that if you allow impulses, emotions, and distractions to control you, you are not truly in charge of your own life. Building self-control starts with managing your thoughts. Instead of letting your mind run wild with temptations, doubts, or unnecessary worries, train yourself to filter your thoughts. Ask yourself, is this thought helpful or just a distraction? Am I reacting emotionally or am I responding with wisdom? Will this decision serve me in the long run, or is it just short-term satisfaction? By thinking less about temptations and distractions, you reduce their power over you. The more you overthink an urge, the stronger it becomes. But when you shift your focus elsewhere, the impulse weakens and you regain control. Another crucial part of self-control is speaking less, especially in moments of strong emotion. Many people regret words spoken in anger, frustration, or haste. When you train yourself to pause before speaking, you prevent unnecessary conflicts and make better decisions. The Stoics practiced the art of measured speech, ensuring that their words were always intentional and meaningful. Before responding in any situation, ask yourself, is this worth saying? Will these words help or harm the situation? By reducing impulsive speech, you gain control over your interactions and relationships. Lastly, focusing more on long-term goals instead of short-term pleasures strengthens discipline. When you fix your attention on what truly matters, your health, your career, your personal growth, distractions lose their appeal. Imagine resisting the urge to check your phone during work, skipping unhealthy snacks, or waking up early without hitting snooze. These small wins build momentum, making self-control easier over time. Self-control is not about depriving yourself. It's about making choices that align with your highest values. When you think less about temptations, speak less out of impulse, and focus more on your true priorities, you become unstoppable. Master your mind, and you master your life. Benefit 5. Improve communication. Speak less, say more. Communication is a powerful skill, yet many people struggle with it. They either talk too much, saying things that add little value, or they don't say enough, leading to misunderstandings. The secret to effective communication isn't about speaking more, it's about speaking better. By thinking less, speaking less, and focusing more, you can transform the way you communicate, making your words more meaningful and impactful. The Stoics believed in choosing words carefully and only speaking when necessary. Seneca wisely said, "Speech is the mirror of the mind." This means that if your mind is cluttered with unnecessary thoughts, your speech will be as well. But when your thoughts are clear and intentional, your words become powerful. One of the biggest communication mistakes people make is talking just to fill silence. In conversations, many feel the need to speak constantly, fearing that pauses make them seem disengaged. But silence is not a weakness, it is a tool. By speaking less, you give yourself time to think before responding. This prevents saying things you might regret and ensures that your words carry weight. Before speaking, ask yourself, is this necessary? Does this add value to the conversation? Am I speaking from wisdom or just from habit? When you eliminate unnecessary words, what you do say becomes more impactful. People begin to listen more attentively because they know that when you speak, it's worth hearing. Another key to better communication is focusing more on listening than talking. Most people listen just to respond, not to understand. By truly paying attention to others, you gain insight into their thoughts, emotions, and perspectives. This not only makes you a better communicator, but also strengthens your relationships. Active listening shows respect, builds trust, and prevents misunderstandings. Additionally, practicing emotional control in conversations is a hallmark of Stoic wisdom. Many arguments escalate because people speak in anger or frustration. The Stoics taught that before reacting, pause, take a breath. Consider whether your words will help or harm the situation. If speaking in the heat of the moment won't bring a solution, then silence is the wiser choice. By thinking less about unnecessary words, speaking less but with purpose, and focusing more on meaningful communication, you naturally become more respected, influential, and understood. The fewer the words, the greater their impact. Speak wisely, and people will listen. Benefit 6. Build respect from others. The power of composure and thoughtful action. Respect is not something you demand. It's something you earn. The way you carry yourself, the way you speak, and how you respond to challenges all shape how others perceive you. Many people try to gain respect by speaking loudly, proving themselves, or demanding attention. But in reality, true respect is built through self-control, wisdom, and composure. The less you chase validation, the more it naturally comes to you. The Stoics believed that a person who masters their thoughts, words, and focus naturally commands respect. Marcus Aurelius one of history's greatest leaders, ruled with quiet strength, not by boasting or reacting emotionally. He understood that a calm, disciplined mind is far more powerful than aggression or empty words. If you want to be respected, learn to carry yourself with restraint, confidence, and wisdom. One of the fastest ways to lose respect is overreacting to every situation. People who are easily provoked, constantly complaining, or always seeking attention often struggle to earn true respect. But when you train yourself to think less about emotional triggers, you gain control over your reactions. Before responding to a situation, ask yourself, is this worth my energy? Will my reaction improve or worsen the situation? How would a person I deeply respect handle this? By mastering your emotions, you project an image of strength and stability, qualities that naturally attract respect. Another key to earning respect is speaking less, but with greater impact. Many people think that talking more makes them seem knowledgeable or important, but in reality, people respect those who speak when necessary and with purpose. Before engaging in conversation, consider, does this add value? Is my input needed here? When you make your words count, people take them more seriously. Finally, focusing more on personal growth than external validation is a trait that sets truly respected individuals apart. Instead of worrying about what others think, focus on being the best version of yourself. When you consistently improve your mindset, skills, and actions, respect follows naturally, not because you demand it, but because you embody it. By thinking less about emotional reactions, speaking less but more intentionally, and focusing more on self-discipline, you will become the kind of person others look up to. Respect isn't claimed. It's earned through composure, wisdom, and quiet confidence. Benefit 7. Live a more meaningful and simpler life. The power of less. In today's world, complexity is everywhere. People are overwhelmed by information, commitments, and distractions, constantly chasing more success, more possessions, more recognition. Yet, despite all of this, many still feel unfulfilled. The truth is, a meaningful life isn't about adding more. It's about removing what doesn't matter. When you simplify your mind, your words, and your focus, you create space for what truly enriches you. The Stoics believed that true happiness comes from mastering what is within your control and letting go of everything else. Epictetus said, "Wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants." This means that the key to fulfillment isn't in external achievements, but in internal clarity. By thinking less about unnecessary worries, speaking less but with intention, and focusing more on what truly matters, you naturally create a life that feels lighter, more purposeful, and deeply satisfying. Simplify your thoughts. Most stress and dissatisfaction come from mental clutter, overthinking problems, worrying about the future, or dwelling on things we cannot change. Instead of letting your mind be consumed by endless noise, train yourself to filter your thoughts. Ask yourself, does this thought improve my life, or is it just mental clutter? Is this worth my time and energy? If I stopped thinking about this, would my life be any worse? By letting go of unnecessary thoughts, you free up mental space for clarity, creativity, and peace. Speak with purpose, not noise. Another way to simplify your life is to reduce unnecessary speech. Many people waste energy in endless discussions, gossip, or mindless chatter that adds no real value. The Stoics practiced the art of measured speech, choosing their words carefully and speaking only when necessary. This not only strengthens relationships, but also saves energy for more meaningful interactions. Before speaking, ask, is this necessary? Does this align with my values? If the answer is no, silence is often the better choice. Focus on what truly matters. When you stop scattering your attention across distractions, obligations, and meaningless pursuits, you gain back control over your time and energy. Instead of chasing endless goals, simplify your priorities. What truly brings you fulfillment? What aligns with your deepest values? When you focus only on what adds meaning to your life, everything else naturally fades into the background. The joy of less. A simpler life isn't about deprivation, it's about intentionality. When you let go of what doesn't serve you, you make room for more peace, purpose, and fulfillment. Imagine waking up every day with clarity, knowing that everything you do, say, and think is aligned with what truly matters. When you master the art of less, you gain more peace, more meaning, and more control over your life. Throughout this journey, we've explored the profound impact of thinking less, speaking less, and focusing more, not as a way to do less, but as a way to live more fully. In a world where distractions are endless and noise is constant, mastering the art of less is one of the greatest advantages you can give yourself. When you think less, you free yourself from the weight of over-analyzing, unnecessary worries, and mental clutter. Instead of letting your thoughts control you, you gain clarity, peace, and the ability to focus on what truly matters. You stop exhausting yourself with problems that don't need solving and instead direct your energy toward meaningful growth. When you speak less, your words become more intentional. You gain respect, communicate with purpose, and avoid unnecessary conflict. You learn that silence is not a weakness, it is a source of strength. By choosing your words wisely, you build deeper connections and ensure that when you speak, people listen. When you focus more, you unlock your true potential. Instead of chasing endless goals, spreading your attention thin, or jumping from one distraction to another, you develop deep concentration. You become more productive, more disciplined, and more aligned with your values. Your life stops feeling rushed and scattered, and instead it becomes clear and purposeful. A simpler, more meaningful life awaits. The Stoics understood that happiness isn't found in adding more, it's found in mastering less. The more we let go of unnecessary thinking, meaningless talking, and scattered attention, the more we gain in peace, wisdom, and success. Imagine a life where your mind is clear, your words are impactful, and your actions are focused. This is the power of less. Now, it's time to apply these lessons. Start by observing your thoughts. Which ones serve you and which ones don't? Notice your words. Are they necessary, or are they just filling space? And most importantly, direct your energy to what truly matters. If you found these insights valuable, subscribe to the Stoic Code channel and continue learning how to master your mind, simplify your life, and unlock the wisdom of the Stoics. Remember, less isn't about having less. It's about making room for more of what truly matters. Let's walk this path together. Less noise, more clarity, less distraction, more purpose. This is the way forward.